been sober now about 21 years. I was addicted to alcohol. I did do drugs, but alcohol was always the way in. And I really wasn't that interested in cocaine. I was really just interested in booze. I saw through a glass darkly, for sure. I mean, that's the way I saw everything. And I really, looking back on it now, I'm so ashamed of myself because I always felt so sorry for myself and my sorry little story, and I was given away when I was 8 months old. Every time I had a few drinks, of course, I was great company. People loved to be with me. I was just the life of the party. As a woman alcoholic, self-esteem wasn't even an issue because it just didn't exist at all. But my son, I thought, I got to stop drinking. I think that alcoholism and addiction is like diabetes. You're not necessarily a full-blown diabetic when you're born, but those things are there. And if you do the wrong things, or if the wrong things happen to you, there you go. You're going down that diabetic road. And I think it's the same with alcohol and addiction. We spend the least of any developed country on mental health and addiction. So any organization like Amethyst that would be there for so long, that would provide such stability in the midst of this chaotic disease, it's just extraordinary. They say that alcoholism, and they say the same for addiction, is a family disease. That if you are suffering, then there's 60 people, they say, that you're affected. The family, the immediate family, is, of course, devastated and is as much sick by the time that they decide that there's to reach out for help as the actual alcoholic themselves, right? Is in as much need of help. And one of the things that Amethyst does, and have done for a very long time, is they provide childcare and child services. So it's just an extraordinary, and it needs all the help it can get. Coming for help, it's like there's just walls and walls and walls. And I got the feeling at Amethyst that they actually were saying, come in, we have some services and we would like you to have them, which is the total opposite, not just in Newfoundland, but here in Ontario, the total opposite of many of the government-provided services, and we have to make a change. Things have got to change, but at least there are a few little bright lights like Amethyst and other like-minded organizations that do say, you need help, we're here to provide it. I think with women, there is an added stigma to being an addict and an alcoholic. It crosses all economic and social boundaries to get you in the end. And it is a disease that kills. And people don't think of addiction and alcohol that way. They know about cancer, but this is a disease that kills for sure. Alcohol and addiction for women and men exists outside of and mental illness. It exists over there in Stigma land, where not in my backyard, not in my family, and in fact 1 in 5 for mental illness, and I would say 1 in 4 for alcohol and addiction. So everybody, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4, and there's me. So here I am. So you know, there you go. It's everywhere, and we just put our head in the sand and pretend that it doesn't exist. But we can't any longer, I don't think. And I think there is a shift happening, and we're beginning to realize that we have to deal with it. I hadn't known that Amethyst was the oldest women's addiction center, so that really moved me that it was there since the 70s, and the fact that they have to struggle so hard to stay open, even though time after time after time after time they've proven what an enormous gain they are in the society, how much they give, how much they're needed, all the programs that they provide and then sometimes can't provide because they don't have the funding. So it was kind of heartbreaking to know that after all this time, it's like being an actress, I guess, in a way, and getting old. It's like you put in your time, but nobody really cares unless you've reached some kind of level. You would hope that Amethyst would be more like Maggie Smith than Mary Walsh, like that. You know, that Amethyst people would go, let's support Amethyst. They've been here. They're doing the job. Let's stop making them get down on their knees and beg, and let's support them. Amethyst has done the job and has provided much needed services for 35 years. If you had something to donate, please, for God's sake, give it to Amethyst, you know, give it to this this worthy and much needed program. Help Amethyst, help the people who get the least help in the world, who are treated with the most contempt. Please, please, please make a donation to Amethyst.